If you think this is just another regular season NBA game, think again, because when the Dallas Mavericks and Denver Nuggets collide tonight, injuries, fatigue, and surprise performances could flip everything upside down. This matchup is all the ingredients for chaos, and by the end of this video, you'll understand why this game might be way closer, or way messier, than most people expect. Both teams are coming into this game on the second night of a back-to-back, and that alone changes everything. Legs are tired, rotations get shorter, and coaches are forced to make decisions they normally wouldn't. For fans, that usually means one thing: unpredictable basketball. And when you throw injuries into the mix, the script for this game is anything but normal. Let's start with the Dallas Mavericks, because honestly, they're dealing with a rough situation right now. The injury list is long, and it's affecting nearly every part of their rotation. Several key players are either out, doubtful, or questionable, which means Dallas may not look anything like their usual lineup. When you're missing multiple contributors, especially ball handlers and defenders, it forces other players to take on bigger roles, whether they're ready or not. This is where things get tricky for Dallas. On paper, losing depth hurts, but in real games, it changes the rhythm completely. Players who normally come off the bench might suddenly be asked to play extended minutes. Young guys might be forced into pressure situations late in the game. Sometimes that leads to mistakes, but other times it creates unexpected heroes. We've seen it before. A role player gets hot, the crowd gets involved, and suddenly the game feels different. Now flip over to the Denver Nuggets. They're not completely healthy either, but compared to Dallas, they're in better shape. Denver still has their core stars available, and that's huge. When you have a steady offensive engine, it gives you stability, especially on nights when things get sloppy. Even if the supporting cast isn't at full strength, the Nuggets can still lean on their system and experience. And that experience matters a lot in games like this. Denver knows how to manage pace. They know when to slow things down, when to exploit mismatches, and how to take advantage of tired opponents. If Dallas struggles with rotations or defensive communication, Denver is the kind of team that will punish those mistakes quietly and efficiently. But here's the twist. This isn't guaranteed to be a blowout. In fact, this game could stay competitive for much longer than people think. Why? Because fatigue affects everyone. Even elite teams can start slow on back-to-back nights. Shots fall short. Defensive rotations come a step late. And if Dallas comes out aggressive early, hits a few threes, and plays with urgency, they can absolutely keep this game within reach. We've already seen Dallas pull off surprising wins this season when expectations were low. When nobody believes in them, they tend to play freer. The ball moves better. Players take confident shots, and the pressure shifts entirely to the opponent. Denver, on the other hand, will have the target on their back. They're expected to win, and sometimes that expectation creates just enough tension to open the door. Keep your eyes on the stars in this one. Denver's top players will be asked to carry the load, especially if the game stays close late. Their ability to control tempo, make smart decisions, and close quarters will likely decide the outcome. For Dallas, it's about who steps up. When the usual options aren't fully available, someone has to seize the moment. That could be a starter playing through discomfort or a bench player having the game of his life. This matchup is also a mental test. Short rest, injuries, and high expectations create pressure, and the team that handles it better usually comes out on top. If Dallas can turn this into an emotional, high-energy game, they'll give themselves a real chance. If Denver stays calm and executes, their consistency should shine through. So when the final buzzer sounds, don't be surprised if this game feels nothing like what you expected. Whether it turns into a gritty battle, a late-game thriller, or a sudden momentum swing, one thing is certain. Injuries and fatigue will play just as big a role as talent tonight. If you enjoyed this breakdown and want more NBA game previews just like this, make sure to hit the like button, subscribe to the channel, and drop a comment below. Who do you think wins this one? The shorthanded Mavericks or the steady Nuggets? Let's talk basketball in the comments.